Once upon a time, in a town where horses roam freely and the community spirit runs so deep, lies a hidden gem called Norco, California. And in this video, join me as we unveil the pros and the cons of living in Norco, California, also offering some valuable insights to those aspiring to relocate to Norco, California. So, Horsetown, USA, here we come. So if this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything that there is about living, eating, breathing, playing in Norco, California, then subscribe below. Tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market here in Norco, California. Now, my name is Jonathan. We get calls, texts, emails every single day from people just like you looking to make their move, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're deciding to move in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a Zoom down below. We would love to help you make that smooth move to Norco, California. Now, Norco, California, beautiful hidden gem within the Southern California region. Just to give you a little bit of insight, yes, it is known for as Horsetown, USA. It has a population of a little under 30,000 people. It does offer a variety of activities and attractions for visitors and also residents alike. So here are a couple things that you could do if you're in Norco, California. Number one, horseback riding, right? So it is famous for that type of lifestyle. There are numerous trails and also arenas where you can go horseback riding. So that's one just major thing that's pretty awesome about Norco. If you are into that lifestyle, this is an amazing place for you. Additionally, let's not forget, we have Hidden Valley Nature Center, right, located in the Santa Ana riverbed. So that's another option that you could do. Silver Lakes Sports Complex as well, wine tasting in Norco. If you haven't been, for those of 21 and over, of course, right, definitely want to check out the wine tasting there. Also, farmers markets or the Norco Bowling Center, right? Or hey, maybe you don't like bowling and you like golfing. Well, that's another option if you're looking to relocate to Norco, California, is that you can enjoy a good day of golfing. But also, lastly, you can just always explore the historicness of Norco, California and its rich history and all that it has to offer within the community. Now, Norco, it is kind of more of a small, tighter niche community, but it's a very unique lifestyle type of environment. It's not for all and everyone alike. Even though it's open to everyone and all alike, those that decide to move to Norco, it is because you probably do want some type of lifestyle that, you know, you do get more space, or you do have animals, or you do have horses and you do want to ride them. Norco provides that for you. You know, given that it is Horsetown, USA, you can be driving through Norco and you will see people saddled up on their horse just trotting along the street and the trails that they have there. So that is something that Norco, California definitely has to offer to you, which is, in my own personal opinion, it is very unique and I absolutely love it. Because of the simple fact, you don't get a whole lot around the Southern California region that offers what Norco, California offers you. And so that's, again, my own personal taste. But however, I do know of that is why a big major factor of people like to relocate to Norco is because it does offer that type of lifestyle, right? Now, what we're gonna do is we definitely want to get into the pros and the cons, give you desserts, but also your veggies, right? You definitely want to know everything in between. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna jump into your desserts. I love to give you your dessert before I give you your veggies. So let's jump into pro number one. Pro number one, it is an equestrian community. Now, Norco is often referred to as Horsetown, USA, not Hometown, USA, Horsetown, USA, right? That is another big feature, right? So given that it has a deep-rooted history with the equestrian culture, you know that the city has numerous of horse trails, which is really great. So equestrian centers and horse-friendly zones, right? And zoning regulations as well. So for those that, you know, are looking for an ideal place because you're a horse enthusiast, well, Norco, California might just be your best bet if you are looking for that type of lifestyle. So that's going to cover pro number 1. Moving on to pro number 2. Pro number 2, it does have a rural atmosphere, right? So Norco offers a small town feel, but maintains a rural atmosphere despite it being close to bigger urban areas such as maybe Corona, California, or Chino Hills, or Chino, or Riverside, right? Residents can enjoy spacious lots and large properties, and also a slower pace of life. So it does have that small town feeling. So if you are looking to move to Norco, California, it kind of has the best of both worlds. Is you can have that slower type of life, and also be surrounded by such bigger urban areas, again, such as Corona or Riverside or Chino or all the other big major cities surrounding Norco, California. So that is why we're naming rural atmosphere as pro number 2. Now, pro number 3 is going to be community events, right? So Norco does host several community events throughout the year, including things such as parades or rodeos, right? And festivals. These events foster, you know, a sense of community involvement, but provide entertainment at the same time for local residents here living in Norco, California. So that's a great thing to know, is that you will have community events, you know, throughout the year where you can have that sense of ownership, sense of pridefulness, and also just know your community, know who lives in and around that area. So that's a really great thing. And so that's why we're naming community events as pro number 3. Moving on to pro number 4. Pro number 4, and the final pro of living in Norco, California, it's going to be its recreational opportunities. Now, the city definitely has various different parks or recreational facilities, and also outdoor spaces. So if you are an outdoor person and you tend to enjoy the outdoors, then Norco, California might be tending to your kind of more of your abilities to really be outside and with Mother Nature. Now that's one of the great things, right? So the nearby Santa Ana River and Hidden Valley Wildlife Area also offer scenic views and scenic natural areas that you can explore. So that's another big major plus if you're looking to move to the Norco, California area, is that, hey, you will have that outdoor type of lifestyle, which a lot of people do love and enjoy. Now, if you're a homebody, that's okay. You're still gonna get that small town feeling, and you can obviously stay at home, or if you don't like to do outdoor activities or recreational activities, there's variety different options within the surrounding areas of Norco as well. So that's gonna cover all the pros of living in Norco, California. Now let's really jump into your veggies and on to con number 1. Con number 1. Now, I just stated on pro number 4 that there's a lot of recreational activities. However, what there isn't is there's not a whole lot of amenities. So limited amenities is going to be con number 1. Now, what do I mean when I say limited amenities? Well, when you're living in a small community that's pretty rural, you're not going to get your everyday amenities like most cities do tend to offer. Let's say, for example, will you get, hey, the awesome laser tag? No. Escape rooms? No. Trampoline parks? Probably not. Axe throwing? Probably not, right? Limited amenities when it comes to Norco, because it does have more of that rural charm going on. So it may lack some of the amenities, but I feel that it definitely makes up with recreational opportunities. But that is something to always consider again. So if you are looking at, if you're one of those people that love and enjoy to go do things, right? that doesn't involve the outdoor, you're just looking to have some fun and play some games, then Norco, California is probably not going to be ideal place within the city. However, its surrounding areas has a lot going on. So that's something always to consider when you're looking to move to Norco, California. And so limited amenities is going to cover con number 1. Let's move on to con number 2. Con number 2 is going to be its commute times. So if you are looking to move to Norco, California or relocate to California, you have to know that, hey, you are going to be looking to commute above that national average, which is about 26 minutes. The average commute time for a resident of Norco tends to hover right about 30 minutes. So you will be commuting to your everyday job, right? So that is also something to consider, is that, hey, you will more than likely not be working in the city of Norco and you will have to commute to your job located elsewhere. So that's a big major consideration, is that, hey, unless you're working remote from home, you will have to commute. And so that's something about it. And where it's geographically located doesn't make it any much better when it comes to commuting, especially during those peak hours, because those highways tend to back up just a little bit more than normal. So that is going to cover con number 2. On to con number 3. Con number 3, and the final con of living in Norco, California, and that is going to be its limited job opportunities. So given that the town, it is a smaller town, smaller little niche community, while Norco does host some local employment opportunities, job options within the city itself is very limited. So you must know that, hey, if you're looking to move to Norco, California, more than likely, just a caveat off the last con, right, with commute times, you will probably be commuting outside the city of Norco to your everyday job. So that is a big, that's a big consideration of whether or not Norco might be the place for you. Now, however, the surrounding areas, you can get to, whatever job you may be looking for within the 30-minute drives, just because where Norco, California is geographically located does have a condensed amount of people surrounding the areas of Norco, California. So again, a big major consideration. So that's going to cover all our cons of living in Norco, California. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a little market recap of the current market of Norco, California, and really cover the bases of all the pros and all the cons that were mentioned today. So on to the market recap. Market recap time. Hope you enjoyed this video and you thought it was useful, and hopefully you got some clarity of whether or not Norco, California is the place for you. Now, we did cover 4 pros and 3 cons, but not limited to 4 pros and 3 cons. Yes, there is additional pros to living in Norco. Yes, there can be additional cons as well living in Norco. However, in my own personal opinion and from people that we've worked with looking to relocate to Norco, California, this tends to be the number one questions that are always brought up constantly. And so again, whether you're looking for a small tight niche community with a rural atmosphere, with recreational opportunities, a sense of ownership and a sense of community, then Norco might be the place for you. However, you do have to consider, you won't have as much amenities as some other cities might have, and you will have to commute, and also know that the job opportunities are limited within the city itself if you're looking to actually work in Norco, California. Overall, Norco, California is a really great place to live. It is really quiet. It does have, I feel in my own, again, this is my own personal opinion, I feel that Norco is kind of like the last of the last when it comes to that feeling of, right, equestrian community. I feel like it's one of a kind, and that is something to always consider. Is it just has that timelessness of back in the early 1900s, and it just has that rich history and rich culture, which is amazing in my own personal opinion, coming from a city, being raised in a city, but also living part of my life in the South where I kind of had a slower pace of living. It's great to have this type of living, a slower pace of living in such a congested, populous area of Southern California. It just has it just has best of both worlds. You can enjoy a slow pace of life, but at the same time, you're surrounded by big metropolitan areas such as Los Angeles, and you also have a beach. There's not a lot of places in the world like Norco, California. And again, it is a great city, and it's actually rated a B+ by niche.com. So that's another big consideration. Now, thank you for watching Living in South California.